Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this channel update for the month of August 2026. It has been a little while, as it should be, between doing updates because they're not necessarily the most watched thing on this channel, but I think it's a good way of having a short, concise video of letting you know of my thought process and things that are going on currently. And so I figured it was about time we did one, because there's a few things I'd like to address and talk about. First off, channel growth has been decent this year, I would say. Maybe in some ways a little bit slower, but I'm not even thinking about sub counts. I'm primarily looking at views and comments and likes and stuff like that. I feel like that side of things has improved, and as always, I'm incredibly grateful for anyone who watches, comments. Obviously there are going to be some people that disagree in the comments. You're going to get the negative stuff. That's just all part and parcel of it. But interaction with the videos is always very much appreciated. The fact that anyone will take their time out of their day to watch anything, which is great. They could be watching other content and they're choosing to watch my stuff. So I am grateful. On the subs thing, we have kind of got over 500. It's sort of 502 at the moment. The only reason I'm not really celebrating it is because YouTube can fluctuate. Some people can watch a video, subscribe, hate the next video, and unsubscribe. So I kind of figured we'll wait until we get like 505 and upwards there, and then maybe we'll go from there and talk about that goal, because that is a goal that I've managed to achieve. But in terms of just everything else, interaction, viewership, stuff like that, I'm very happy, and I'm starting to see a pattern of what people like and the sort of videos that I think people are going to enjoy the most, and we'll come on to that in a minute. But these things specifically, I am very happy with. I'm very happy that people are at least enjoying the content that is being put out there. Some more than others, but that's to be expected. One thing that I stated in a previous update was I think I'm going to go with less videos to have more time to spend on the quality and to spend more time on the ideas, and not try to pump out, like 3 videos was a nice cadence, but the way things are, the reason why it's sort of more like 2 videos a week, sometimes more, is just the way that my real world life is, the way it is at the moment. It's kind of, I can only record on certain days efficiently, so I have to work around that plus anything else that's going on. And I'll be honest, it does frustrate me. I do get frustrated. There's sometimes where I am not given as much time as I want to give to putting stuff on this channel, but you can only do so much, and I have to remind myself, it's like, this is a tiny channel in the grand scheme of things, and I will keep putting content out as best as I can, but sometimes that's gonna drop off. Some people want to put out a video every day. I don't want to do that. I think ideally, if I had in my perfect world, it would be 4 videos a week out of the 7-day week. So it'd be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday would be my ideal cadence, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, something like that. But I kind of accepted that I wanted to try less videos for a little bit, and that's what I've been doing. It definitely looks kind of, compared to from January to now, it definitely looks, scrolling through it doesn't look as good. It's not much stuff coming out. But then I have to say to myself, you know what, 2 videos a week for free for people to watch. It's there if people want to watch it, right? It's content that I get to make and enjoy, and other people get to enjoy it if they want it. So, it's not the end of the world. And I think that also comes on to the type of content. So what I've really noticed is when it's a discussion topic, when it's me talking about a game systems, the game industry, realistically that's what people seem to tune in for over anything that's a playthrough. And to be honest, the playthroughs were just there to have extra content. They've always, I look at them as bonus content. Like at the moment, at the time of recording, New and Tasty, Abe's Odyssey is what I've been doing. I don't even know if I'm 100% happy with how that playthrough is. I feel like I'm playing it, and there's some funny moments in it. I'll give you that. There's some funny stuff in it, but it doesn't feel like my best work. And I think I have to contemplate that when doing playthroughs and things like that. I may look at ways to change it up, maybe look at games I'm better at, or things that I don't know yet. So that's definitely something that's on my mind. But what I've noticed is the discussion content, the stuff on Metroid Prime, stuff either talking to Mark, talking to myself, talking about the gaming industry, talking about Nintendo, stuff like that. That seems to be the things that people are more interested in and will happily watch and then comment and things like that. But those are the part of that discussion content. Obviously there's doing videos on singular games. So right now, as the time of recording this and whatnot, it's like I'm working on Crash Bandicoot 4, a game I've really wanted to play for a while, and also Avowed, a game I've also wanted to play for a while. So those videos will come down the line at some point, hopefully sooner than later, but those are games that I need to put some actual time into, so that people can kind of get a handle on what I'm talking about. I'm not just chucking them out willy-nilly. There's always stuff. I have an insane amount of Switch games alone that I still want to make video content on, so I am trying to get through them, as well as also just enjoying gaming. Like, sometimes I don't want to just do a game and just to record it. I want to actually play it. Like, I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X for like 2 years on and off, because it's a game that I very much enjoy, but it takes up a lot of my time. I probably should have finished it by now, but I'll get through it as I do. But the content-wise, that is something that I'm very closely watching right now and seeing what's going to work. And if that's the thing that's really going to boost the channel, where it's a lot less discussions and a lot more discussions on videos and stuff like that. I've got a bunch of controller reviews to do as well. Like, so there is things for me to do. That sort of stuff I think will always be more attractive to my viewers versus some gameplay stuff. That's why I think with any of my playthroughs, I am looking at smaller games. Specifically, like Abe's Odyssey was a good choice, I think, because it's not a very long game. I'd like to do Abe's Exodus as well, but then maybe I should look at like a Donkey Kong or a Mario or something like that again, because I think people will happily watch those. Obviously, video length can massively play a part on it, but it's just, who knows with stuff like that. And part of that also, that's something I have to be very aware of, is the new games versus old games. Like, obviously there's new stuff coming out all the time. I've been looking at like I've got like a buy list of Switch 2 stuff that I want to get and want to buy and want to cover. But some of these games are a few months old now. Some of this stuff is not necessarily the stuff that's coming out right now that people want to see right now. But I have to, with the cost of gaming at the moment, it's gotten more expensive, so I have to be more pick and choosy. If you want an example of a game that I would love to cover, and I don't know whether I'm going to buy it day one, is Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. That is £60, £70 here in the UK, and it's, to me, that's a hard sell for. I love Fire Emblem, but that's a hard sell for me. So that might be a game that comes down later in the line, whereas I'm looking at other stuff, Switch 2 games that are now between £30 and £40 that I can afford, that are realistic, in my opinion, to get. 50 quid's kind of my limit. Like, if a game's £50 in the UK, that I'm like, I'll take a gamble on that. But when it starts to get to 60 and 70, it becomes a lot more difficult for me to just make that purchase if it's something that I'm not going to enjoy that much. So that's why I think, looking at my Switch library, looking at a lot of that stuff, going, okay, well, I have a ton of games here. A ton of games that I can potentially cover and put out, and I think people would enjoy seeing those games done. So that's kind of my plan, to do a mixture of old and new, and obviously do PC stuff. And I've been enjoying doing Rogue Core as well, so the Deep Rock Galactic stuff with that. There's plenty of things, like an endless well of stuff that I could be doing, but just letting you know that there will be a more continuous backlog and things like that I will be doing, because my backlog for my Switch is insane. My Steam one isn't as bad now. There are still some big major games in there that I need to play, like Skyrim, still never played that. Witcher 3, still never played that. Like, those are games that I want to do at some point, and I might just stream them, because I think that's always a good way of letting people see my initial reaction to the games that I've never played. So, all in all, expect not old games, but like older games from months ago, Switch stuff, Switch 2 stuff, but sprinkled in there with newer stuff, because I obviously understand that's what people want to see, plus discussions on Metroid, on Zelda, Mario, Nintendo stuff, PC stuff, and other topics in the industry as a whole, because that's what I do. So this is just a quick video to give you guys a bit of an update about my thought process, what's going on, and where I'm heading. I think at the end of, when I do a big end of year review, I'm going to look at the how the video stuff's been going. I would like to be in a situation where I feel I've got a lot more time to just sit and do video stuff more than what I currently do, because that's something that's really bugging me. But then at the same time, if I only need to put out 2 videos a week, sometimes 3, and that's working for the channel, then it's working for the channel, right? Why change that? So always open to some feedback. If there's any suggestions that people have or anything that they want to see, do say that. just be prepared for, like, there are some things that I'm willing to compromise on, but I am willing to listen and see if there's ideas. People go, oh, actually, I really like these discussions. Can we just, like, you know, just not do the playthrough stuff and just only have discussions and things like that? I'm like, okay, that's something I can at least think about. I can't promise it will happen, but when you have an idea from your audience of, like, what they like watching, it does help. But just be aware that at the end of the day, I make the final decision of what goes up on the channel. And the big thing, realistically, for me, is doing more stuff with Jack, doing more stuff with Dave and Mark, and, like, collaborating on ideas and things, because those are the type of conversations that are a lot more fun for me personally. Having discussions with other people, that's just better. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today then, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more content on this channel, just in general, gaming, anything else, hit the subscribe button. Any feedback you want to give, feel free to put it in the comments. And until next video, I will see you then.